years, people tend to take time off, don't they? And they sort of refuel themselves up. But it's been it's
Yeah.
not been too bad, has it?
No, it's definitely good, man. How was your how's the New Year's, AJ?
It was alright. I had a quiet one, man.
Yeah.
I was in bed for 9. I woke up at 7.
Awesome,
I
awesome.
didn't wanna,
That's the way
I
to
bet
do
your
it,
phone
man.
was going mad.
it was like, no, I was quiet. I have it on silent, so
It's funny this year because I changed my number
Yeah.
last year. My phone was going mad, but this year I changed my number, so I didn't really get that many text messages. And to be honest with you, obviously with the funeral as well, with
Yeah,
death in the
yeah,
family,
yeah.
obviously not many people texted me anyway, just out of respect. But today I wanted to touch on a really touchy subject, cancer, because obviously this is a subject that I want to talk about
Yeah.
because it's massive. Over the last 20 years, you know, it's shot up, hasn't it? The numbers have gone crazy. I think we understand cancer a bit more now as well, whereas before we didn't know too much about it. But just give me your thoughts on cancer and any experiences that you've had, maybe somebody in the family or
You know what?
stories that you can share.
I've had about, since last week, I've had 4 deaths, and out of 2 have been cancers. So obviously, a lot of people are dying with that. Cancer's not curable, man. Right now, what I don't get is how can they not find a cure for cancer? A lot of people are suffering from that all over the world, and they can't find a cure.
yeah, I think it's a scary thing as well because it can happen to anybody. It just chooses anybody. Nobody's immune from it.
Yeah,
You're
one,
right.
one
You
in
could
one
be
in
old,
3
you
people.
could be rich,
Yeah.
poor,
Yeah,
you could be anything. And,
yeah,
you know, you can get diagnosed with some sort of cancer.
Like, I think me and you was talking the other day, and I think you had some statistic or something that you
Yeah.
shared with me. I can't remember.
apparently
Top of my head.
1 in 3 people.
Yeah,
that's what
I
statistics
know. I've got some like friends and family who work in hospitals, and they were talking about the rates
Yeah,
in the past couple of years. Like, it's gone up so much, and what's causing it?
It's a silent killer, isn't it?
it's a silent killer, man. But thing is, I don't know what causes it, but however, if you do read up on it, lack of exercise, your diet,
Yeah.
sometimes it's hereditary. So some people come with the family, within your blood cells, but your lifestyle, of course, that has an effect on that.
I mean, that's scary when you say it can run in your family.
Yeah,
I mean, that's super scary because if you've got a history of it in your family, then chances are you could get it. You could have
absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
You
Yes.
might be walking around with it and you don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be hereditary.
Yeah, but on the opposite end, it's scary for people who have not got it in the family. They're fit, they live a good lifestyle. Even they can get it. That's why it's so
Anybody
scary.
can get it.
Absolutely. You got these rich people, like big celebrities and politicians who are millionaires, billionaires,
Yeah,
and they die with cancer. So and they live best lifestyle. They got best medical, they got best food, still get the cancer.
So, I mean, recently, as you're aware, somebody in my family died from it. But the strange thing about it was that we only found out 6 months ago that he had lung cancer. And there were no symptoms, there were no signs whatsoever. Just went to the doctors. He was experiencing a bit of chest pain, so just a random check and did some x-rays and found that he had cancer, lung cancer stage 4, which is really frightening. I mean, when the doctor says to you, I'm really sorry, but it's at stage 4.
Yeah, it's quite a late stage, ain't it? Usually nowadays they tend to find that early stage so they can do chemotherapy and.
yeah. But did not have symptoms before.
Well, there are no symptoms whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah.
He was a heavy smoker, but saying that, anybody can get lung cancer.
Yeah,
I think lung cancer is one of the main cancers that people die from. So they told him it was stage 4, and they told him they were going to do chemotherapy, but he was losing too much weight, so they were quite concerned. And then he had a lot of water around his heart as well, so they made a window to drain the water out. But the water just, it kept coming back, so it was really scary. And then he just went from that to like really sick, and then he was in hospital, and then he just passed away within 4 to 5 hours of speaking to him. We were just chatting as normal, and he was talking, and then
wow.
4 to 5 hours he was gone.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Inza, man. It must be a hard time in your family.
Absolutely, it was. I mean, it was a really tough time because everybody was, and you couldn't imagine when you lose a loved one, everybody was out of it. But
I think reality hits them, doesn't it?
yeah, and the crazy thing about it is nobody prepared for it because no one expected him to die so soon. And it's just one of those things. Silent killer. People are walking around with cancer, and they don't even know.
Yeah.
It's very scary when you think about it.
I mean, there's been a lot more awareness about it recently, aren't there? You know, over the years and stuff, and they do offer sort of tests and this and that, but no one thinks it's going to be them.
No one's, yeah, and you know what surprises me? I mean, over the years, people, you know, cancer research has raised millions, billions of pounds, dollars. A lot of funding goes towards it. However, they still can't find a cure. I don't know, man. I don't know why they can't. I mean, recently it's come out that they found a cure for AIDS. Also, a big silent killer, you know, with a lot of people, especially in, you know, developing countries.
Yeah, and they charge so much, don't they, for the therapy for it and stuff, but there's no cure.
So now
is it a big pharma, you know, they're just out there to make money?
I don't know, man. Maybe the government trying to control the population. I don't know.
You know, it really makes you think, doesn't it? I mean, like, they are making millions and millions. You just said, right, they've not got a cure for it, but we can send man to the moon. We've sent a flipping robot to Mars.
Yeah.
I mean, technology these days is so sophisticated. I mean, you could, you know, send a missile. You could control a missile and send it anywhere in the world, a precise location, have it land on that location, whether it be a 2p coin or just some land, have it land there, bang, do the job. But we can't treat cancer. You know, they found a cure for AIDS after so many years, right? I'm sure there is a cure for cancer. I mean, people say there is a cure for cancer, and that's cannabis oil.
CBD oil. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, there's stuff in apricots and greens and all that kind of stuff as well.
But I don't know if is it proven though? Is it proven?
Yeah, I mean, they did some research, but the thing is, they don't want that out there because this is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Of course, one of the biggest one ever.
One of the biggest ones ever. I mean, there's so much money that they generate from this.
Yeah.
So why would they want to, you know, make a cure for it when they can make millions of it?
Millions for it.
And it's just like wars. When you go to different countries and you bomb a country and then you send in, you know,
just steal
construction
everything.
workers and companies to go in and rebuild the company. So it's the same sort of thing that's happening here. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff about catching it early as well. You know, when you should regularly go to the doctors and get yourself checked.
Yeah.
You know, have a blood. It's very important, isn't it? And because there's processed food that we're dealing with nowadays. I mean, sugar really attracts cancer. So
and then even our food, what we eat, like it's microwaved and
not everything, even like milk is not pure, man. Nothing is pure nowadays.
how do you
Nothing's
combat
pure.
that? You know,
It's just how it is nowadays, you know.
nothing is pure. Everything has sugar in it. Everything's more or less processed. I mean, people don't even get time to cook nowadays. Everything's from outside. Like, I'm not going to name the restaurant, but a few weeks ago, I ordered some food from a restaurant, and I used to order the food quite often up until a couple of weeks ago, when I realised that, what am I eating? It was full of oil, and I went to wash my hands, and the damn oil won't come off my fingers.
Oh,
It's like I was there washing, you know, my hands for a good 5 minutes, and the oil was still. And I'm thinking, what
nasty,
what
man.
shit is
That's
this?
a nasty feeling you get.
You know what I mean? So you just can't trust anybody, can you?
it's how the fast lifestyle, innit? And I think it's a consequence of fast lifestyles, like we eat takeouts and all that. And
Absolutely. I mean, your lifestyle has a big take on it. But however, you can still eat the best food in the world and you can still get suffering
still
cancer.
get cancer, yeah.
You know,
That's a scary thing.
And there's so many types of cancer. It's not just, you know, lung cancer. There's eye cancer, brain cancer.
yeah, brain cancer,
you know, there's
blood
leukemia.
cancer,
There's,
leukemia. Yeah, absolutely.
you know, there's all sorts.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so scary because, you know, you don't know. You might think, oh, I look alright, I feel alright, but you might have cancer in your kidney or anything.
But I do think by having a not good diet and not good lifestyle, you can be more prone to the
It
cancer.
gives you chances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a good lifestyle, not the only problem here, right? There's other issues as well that can arrive with the lifestyle. So
like plenty of exercise.
yeah, plenty of
Right?
exercise.
You might want to consider changing your diet. I mean, let's be honest with you. Half the time, nobody thinks about cancer. Nobody thinks that they're going to get cancer until they've got it. You know.
Yeah,
people-
like alcohol is a big problem.
Alcohol's another big problem. Yeah,
You know,
with cancer.
yeah.
And it's legal.
And it's legal. I had one of the guys, man, recently just passed away. West Indies in Jamaica, and he drink a lot of alcohol, and that was the reason he got cancer from alcohol. They said
It's scary.
It's not a joke, is it? It's not a joke.
I mean, I've got a few friends that have COPD, and that's a condition. It's something to do with the lungs
From smoke.
from smoking and stuff. And they take a few steps and they're out of breath.
Out of breath, yeah.
And then I have just lost my father-in-law to lung cancer as well, so it's scary. And I've been giving them advice and telling them to stay off cigarettes. But then you get people at that stage who really don't care and they just want to.
What have they given up? Or
smoke.
they've
That's
given up,
right.
they think it's too late or.
Yeah.
You know, but they
Also-
say quitting does help, man. It's never too
I'm
late.
sure it does help.
It's never too late.
It's never too late, but some people just, they don't want to give up, do they?
I think it
They
comes
don't
down
care.
thing is, when you get to a certain age, you cannot, you set in your ways, and it's hard to get some people off their ways. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be even food, it could be anything.
So how do you prevent cancer? I mean, for the viewers out there that are watching,
I don't think there's a guaranteed way to prevent it, but if you live a good lifestyle,
a good
you know-
lifestyle is key, isn't it?
yeah, and
Like
I-
exercise.
yeah, and it can't be a fast life. It has to be a slow life. I'll give you an example. Lindsay, a while ago I was eating these meal plans, and they're really healthy, but I eat them out of plastic, and I put the plastic in the microwave. And you know about plastics, they cause
Yeah.
cancer
Absolutely,
as well.
yes, they do. Yeah.
And I mean this healthy meal, and I was thinking, man, all I eat out of it is plastic. My fork was plastic. The takeout bag I get is plastic, and then wherever you eat, I've got a lot of plastic.
And then they have the cheek to call it healthy.
And it's not healthy, you
Yeah.
know. So you have to watch out for small things. I mean, back in the day, everyone ate at home, they ate on plates. Small things that we've lost over the years.
Do you know what's a
You
big
need
one?
to bring them back.
Microwave.
Micro, big one.
Microwave's a big
The
one.
same, Mayweather, he never eats microwave food or nothing.
I don't eat it either.
Yeah, I do. I eat a lot of it,
That's
man.
two of us.
I eat a lot of it as well, man. So
But like a fast life, innit?
yeah,
But
Fast life.
microwave food is one of the biggest reasons as to why people get cancer.
yeah.
They did a study on it and they found that microwave food is bad.
Even bottled water. Everybody drinks water out of a
Bottled
bottle
water
now.
as
Yeah, it's
Even
crazy.
mineral water is a load of bullshit. I mean, mineral water again, it's not really healthy. If you really want to be drinking healthy water, then it's filtered.
What do you think of GMO foods, Lindsay? Organic food, not organic. So the GMO's modified, isn't it? It's made.
Right,
I
feed-less,
don't know.
so-
I mean, is it? If it's not
It's
for me, if
man-made,
it's not natural.
it's
If
not
it's not
natural.
in the mud, if it's not come out the mud, for me, it's
Yeah.
not natural.
I
But
agree.
then now they can, even the fertilizer can have non-natural stuff. It can come out the mud, it's silly bad. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? They can-
exactly. It could come out deformed. Though.
Yeah.
You don't know, do
We live
you?
in crazy time nowadays. I mean, think about it. Going forward, the population of the and how many chicken they're gonna cut, how many eggs chicken gonna give. Do you understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
To cover the vast population, they have to produce unnatural stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it is, man. So
Which is very, very important. I mean, we shouldn't forget that. I mean, about 20 years ago, right? I still remember 20 years ago, like everything was heated up in the pan.
It's all made natural, yeah.
It was all natural in the oven. And all this processed food wasn't about, okay, the most you had was sort of restaurant food, but that was like in the blue, if you could afford it or not.
Yeah.
That was once in the blue.
Even like the egg industry, a
But
lot
like
of people.
now, every single corner,
yeah,
like in America, on every corner is a liquor store. On every corner of this country, there is a takeout,
burger shop.
a burger shop, processed food.
Yeah,
It's crazy though, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
It's there, isn't it? It's at your doorstep. And if you drive past, like during school times, you see loads of kids making queues for burgers every day. They're eating the same food. So a few days ago, I was at a shop, takeout, quick fix, and I was just talking to the guy behind the counter, and I said, "How do you stay so thin? I mean, selling all these, burgers and stuff. How do you stay so thin?" He goes, "I don't eat this food because I bring my food. My food's prepared from home. I bring it from home." I was like, "Wow, why don't you eat this food?" And he was like, "I don't like this food. Just don't like it. I like, bringing my food from home, sandwiches and stuff."
yeah.
But there must have been something behind it as to why the guy doesn't eat it. And like 2-3 guys behind the till, and they were sort of slim guys. I didn't have bellies or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And it makes you think, next time you go to a takeout, just look behind the counter. You'll see a lot of these guys are in shape and stuff.
You don't eat their own
And they've been
supply,
there
that's
for
why.
like 15 days. Yeah, don't get high off your own supplies there. But yeah, it's scary. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Jummah. Now, I want to talk about the sermon, because like the sermon is in Urdu. Everywhere you go, like I've been to different mosques all over the country, and it's the same scenario. The sermon is always in Urdu. 9
Yeah,
out of
you're
10
right.
times.
I mean, when I was about 9, I used to think, all right, yeah, I mean, maybe when I'm older, they'll probably change. Now I'm like, well, 30 something, I still like,
Still the
What is
same.
going on, man? What is going on? I mean, are we benefiting? Are you benefiting? Are
Like-
the kids out there benefiting?
Urdu is my native language. I mean, that's what we speak at home, and even back home, we spoke Urdu. However, the Urdu they speak in the mosque is not your normal standard Urdu either. They speak
Hardcore.
very hardcore, complicated, very rhythm and poetic Urdu.
Like, why are they targeted at older people? They should be alright. You should be targeting the younger ones.
I think it's because, yeah, exactly. One of the reasons I think is because a lot of the imams are from back home, and not a lot of imams from this country get hired, you know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but you do see the UK ones in the mosques now.
I mean, now that you've started to see a lot of British-born imams coming in, and they're touching good topics and subjects. However, still, vast majority of the mosques have still got people back home. I mean, there's nothing wrong for people back home, as long as they can interact with the community and teach the correct stuff.
Adapt, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, me and you was talking about this earlier, and AJ, you made a good point. You said there are people, there are people that have been born and raised in this country and are teaching. And when it comes to Jummah khutbah, for some reason they start speaking Urdu.
Because they told that.
And I don't get that.
They told that in the madrasa, or where they learn from, the schooling they attend. Their teachers maybe come from Pakistan or India or wherever, So.
But I think they should change it and target a different audience. You know what I mean? Loads of young people come there, man. You read your Friday prayers and bang, as soon as it's done and they start talking, you're gone. Because you can sit there for 10 minutes and listen, but
you don't understand anything.
You don't understand nothing, and it's just like, it sounds like he's just shouting.
But do you think same like with Quran, when you're reading Quran Arabic, you should always read the meaning as well, so you understand what.
Yeah.
So a lot of time, when the Arabic is on, which is really good, but you should understand the meaning as well, so you can apply it to your life.
I think we'll be here forever.
Yeah,
we'll be here
it's one of those topics,
but that's
man.
a valid point.
But, yeah.
I mean, for myself, I mean, I feel as though I was taught like a parrot.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us have, going into mosque, which is important to understand and learn the Quran and adapt. But that's not always the case, is it? I mean, the most I can remember memorizing a couple of small chapters in English.
Yeah.
But the mosque teachers could not speak English, and I found it really.
But Inzi, did you learn or not though? From all those hits and everything.
No, to be honest with you, I didn't learn anything. I really didn't learn anything. The only thing that I really learned was the bit that I taught myself.
Yeah.
And that was going out as we do as
humans.
We go out in life and we search, don't we? Like certain things tickle you and you want to know about those things. And that's where, for me, that's where I started to learn about Islam.
I think
prior to that in the mosque, I didn't learn anything. It was just a robotic sort of thing, from to be.
Yeah.
And that was it, out you go.
This is it. I mean, that's why it's very important to understand what the values are, so we can pass on to our kids as well. If you don't understand the values of what Quran is teaching you, or the hadith, how are you going to pass it on then?
The thing is this, we live in a jungle, right? Outside, this building, is crazy. So much going on. And I feel as though the mosques should at least be talking in English when it comes to the youth. Because the problem is the youth right now. And no one seems to be lending them any time. Because I've been to so many khutbahs and I've sat through them and I've seen people from all walks of life. Africa, China, Asia, you name it. People have come there and they stood there.
That's a good point.
And they don't understand.
And it's not fair on them.
It's not fair on them.
It's not fair on them, man.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you supposed to get motivated or fired up about something if
Absolutely.
no one's talking your language?
Yeah, because you know what, look, when you go to mosque, it's not about, it's a religion. Religion for everybody. You've got Africans. I mean, I've had a few African brothers there and they're just sitting there looking around. They got no idea what the guy's talking about. It's not fair, man.
I listened to this imam called, and my older brother introduced me to him. He's called Imam Siraj Wahaj. He's from America. I didn't get the chance to see him. I really wanted to see him as well. He's been to this country a number of times. He's an old guy. He started off as part of the Nation of Islam. He started off with Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. They broke off that. They moved away. And this guy is such a motivator when he talks. He talks about real life issues, things that are affecting me and you. Things that really need to be addressed, like drugs, like death, gang violence, orphans. These are real issues that are in our community that need to be addressed.
And no one talks about them.
No one talks about them.
They just brush them under the rug, that's it.
Look, I understand there's an audience there that paid the money, right? And you've got to please them as well. But I think they should sort of come to terms with it, halfway, meet somewhere halfway.
Yeah, there might be an audience there, Enzi, but if you're speaking in English, who are you benefiting? You're benefiting the audience's kids. And if you benefit the kids
that speak English anyway in this country.
Yeah.
I mean, there's few things in the mosque, man. You get sometimes, people call out names, or Fulana gave £5 he's giving £10. I think that's not right either. You know, when you give money for charity in Islam.
But they do that at funerals as well. It's crazy.
When you give money from your right hand, the left hand shouldn't know that you're giving money. That's yeah. So calling names out and making it obvious, I don't think that's right. I ain't a religious preacher, so
I agree with you, man. I agree with you, Omar. It's not it's not like an auction.
Yeah, it's not auction.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like that person gave £40. Come on, I'm sure that's not right.
It's not right, because the thing is, they do it at funerals, and I know the argument. I've heard what they've got to say. Well, it's to encourage people, but I don't want to hear that. You know, like if you've just lost somebody, that's the last thing you want to hear is somebody drop a big, massive scroll and start going through all the names. Who cares what you gave? You give in the name of God.
Absolutely,
exactly.
And your reward, hopefully, inshallah, will be with God. You know, and it'll be made public.
Absolutely.
Between you and your Lord as well. But the thing is, you don't need to advertise it. You don't need to tell people how much money you gave. Why do you want the next person to know how much money you gave? It's crazy. I don't understand that. But they do it at funerals as well, and it's become a tradition. And what really got on my nerves the other day, I was at this mosque. I'm not going to say which mosque. I was sat there upstairs in the main hall, and I was just resting. I'd finished my salah, I was a bit tired, and I was resting. I had my legs out, and this one of the imams comes over to me and he taps me. Now he's got his back, and he goes to me, you know, your legs out like that, having your legs out like that is disrespectful, because they're facing the Kaaba. So I was pretty blunt with him, and I thought, like, I was, give me it, I want this, yeah. So as soon as he said that, I said, what's worse, my legs out, right, facing the Kaaba, or you with your backside facing the Kaaba? What's worse? Because right now you're bent over with your backside facing. I said, what's worse? And he went quiet. He went quiet and he just walked. And they pick on little issues, tiny little issues like that. Like if you're wearing a t-shirt, you can't pray in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just stupid little things. I mean, I don't really want to get into a religious debate or anything, but these things need to be ironed out. Like I've been to so many mosques, and I've come out of those mosques, and I haven't benefited. Like the khutbah is Friday prayer, right? People who don't pray, right, usually pray on a Friday. Yeah. Right? You get everybody on a Friday, don't you?
Yeah.
But like, if there's nothing there on a Friday and there's nothing to motivate you or sort of boost your iman, you know, what do you do?
Yeah, when you go there,
is it right?
It's not right, is it? They need to fix it. They need to fix that, man.
But then somebody needs to fix the committees first.
You can't. This is the thing. It's the committees.
That's where it starts.
All granddads, all.
But look, we gotta be careful what we say here. So you know.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, the thing is though, it needs to be addressed. I mean, we have young people out there that need advice.
Yeah.
Not just young people. There's people from all that have picked a mosque. They like a mosque. It's close to them, but they want to benefit. Like let's just.
You know, they do tell some good stuff in there. I've been and I do understand it, but, it's very, very hard.
But then, look, you understand it, but what are they doing to approach non-Muslims or people from different communities to come to mosque and, you know, look at the faith and introduce our faith to them? Nothing. I mean, the way if Inzaf is saying what he's saying, he feels like that, then how would a non-Muslim feel about it? Would he feel welcome to the mosque?
Probably
Point.
not.
That's the point. Now let's just say you have a non-Muslim who lives a few blocks away from the mosque. He's not going to go travel 6-7 miles where they're talking English.
Yeah.
He's going to go to his local mosque. So if he goes to his local mosque and nobody's talking to him in English or explaining anything to him, how's he going to benefit? How do you think he's going to feel?
Absolutely.
He's not going to make any friends there.
He will
probably leave.
He's not going to feel the brotherhood there.
He will not feel the brotherhood. So, you know, the reason Muhammad Ali turned to Islam because he felt the brotherhood. You know,
exactly.
You know, he said, you know, when he went to Mecca, he saw black people, white people, all different people sitting together on the floor. There's nobody rich, there's nobody poor, and that's a valid point. You know, that is a non-Muslim who said that.
And that affected him.
Yeah, and he converted. You know,
and when he came back, he changed his whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do you know what Muhammad Ali's name was in prison?
No, actually.
Ever guess what they used to call him? Satan. That's what they called him.
Right.
They called him Satan. He tried everything you could think of. He's broke every rule in the book. But like you said, when he went to Mecca, he experienced the brotherhood.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why he changed, and it has such a powerful effect on him.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I hope the most guys are listening, and I hope this voice gets to them and they do something about it.
I really hope they do. I think it's time for change. I think we need to hear what we want to hear. So many issues and topics out there that they need to.
Well, on Friday in the last scene, when I go Jummah,
I know it's going to be the
I'll
same.
say to the guy, can you say something in English with a couple of people?
You know, sometimes I feel as though I could do a better job, in the sense that I could speak about something. I'm sure you guys probably feel the same as well. Like you go into these mosques and okay, I understand they might be talking about religion, but the thing is, if it's not affecting everybody, right, or it's not medicine for everyone, then it's pointless. If you're just talking to 25 people sat in that corner there because they give you loads of money, or they're the committee and you've got to keep them going, then really what's the point? What are you doing?
Yeah, unfortunately, everything's business nowadays, and they have to look at the
Mosque
business
is
as
a
well,
business,
man.
entirely.
Listen, religion is a big business.
It is a big business.
Religion is a massive business, and
and lots of money involved.
all kind of religion, everything's big business, and business is a big element of society now. But you're right, they have to look at the vast. But at the same time, you've got to be respectful to the imams as well. They dedicate their life to study the religion, and their knowledge is much more than us. So obviously, an ordinary man like us cannot replace them. However, I think you need to identify that they need to know that they need to talk about certain topics.
It's true.
There's a barrier there.
Yeah,
and they need
absolutely.
To be
But I think that there is a new generation in Z, man. I watch some shows and sometimes they do speak English and this and that.
And that's awesome.
There is some change.
Do
But
you ever watch the Speaker's Corner?
I do.
You might know about that being from down south.
I do watch.
That's some crazy topics.
Yeah, it's a crazy topic, man. But I don't know. I mean, that doesn't attract me. I don't like debates. I think Islam is a very peaceful religion.
Absolutely.
And there's a way of explaining and going about it. I think in the Speaker's Corner, a lot of people come to fight or be very aggressive.
is it like the Fight Club of debates?
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a lot of good points there
There's
as
a lot
well.
of good points there.
Yeah,
but usually it's to basically
it's quite aggressive, isn't it?
Yeah. Their opinion down your throat.
Yeah.
My way is right, and that's the only way.
Yeah, and it's like